Welcome to Burn the Ship, Mark. This Burn the Ship is an entrepreneur podcast. It's where we kind of wrangle all our people together and let everybody know what you do. Let everybody know how you got where you got, your failures, your successes, and help all everybody out there that's trying to do what you do. So I'm gonna kind of let everybody tell you, or I'm gonna kind of let you tell us what you do, and we'll go from there.
Okay, that'd be great. Thanks so much. Sure appreciate you guys having us on. My company's called iFranchise Group, and what we do is we help companies franchise their businesses. Most of what we do is helping companies get into franchising for the first time. So we do a little bit of work with established franchisors, helping them become more successful. But I would say the majority of what we do is helping small businesses and helping entrepreneurs who have an established business that they want to expand. We help them expand by franchising. And what that usually entails is we start by evaluating companies for whether or not they've got a business that is franchisable. Once we've done that, we'll help them develop sort of the strategy that goes into developing a successful franchise. We will work with them to find a lawyer and work with their lawyer to help them craft the appropriate legal documents. We'll help them develop operations manuals and training programs. We'll help them develop the right marketing strategies and implement those strategies. And we'll train them how to sell franchises and be a best in class franchisor. And in a nutshell, that's what we do.
What is mostly y'all's vertical? Is it restaurant, retail?
We really touch them all. So about 40% of what we do is in food service, but we've done pretty much any kind of business that you can name. We do a lot of work these days in medical services. So one of our recent clients is a company called QC Kinetics. They've sold 300 plus franchises. They do regenerative medicine. And they've done that in the last few years. We put together a program for Massage Envy, which is when they came to us, they had one location. They now have 1,600 locations, and they do therapeutic massage. We've done work in food service. I was the original consultant who put together the work for Buffalo Wild Wings years ago. My partner was the former president over at Auntie Anne's Pretzels. So we've done, and I could, go down the list on some of the food service companies that we work for. So really any industry. We've done work in the hotel space. We've done work in service businesses, home services, any kind of businesses that is looking to expand by using other people's money. That's the basic premise of franchising, is that you want somebody else to pay you for what's in your head instead of you having to open up more locations yourself.
Cool. How'd you get started?
Crazy enough, I just answered an ad one day, 40 plus years ago, for a company that did some of the same things that we do. That company's not around anymore, but the founder died a little while ago. But I founded a company that I thought did it a little bit differently 25 years ago, and that was the iFranchise Group. And the basic premise when I founded my company was that I was going to work with people that had a lot of industry expertise, and basically the people that I hired would be people that came from within the industry and had 10 plus years of experience running franchise companies. And so in the last 5 years, Entrepreneur Magazine does an independent poll of companies that are in franchising, existing franchisors. There's about 4,000 companies franchising in the US these days. And they've done a poll of those companies, and they asked those companies who's the best company in franchise consulting. And 5 out of the last 5 years, they've named us. So
Nice.
pretty proud of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, massage envies are everywhere. That's a good one under your belt. And what do you what is something that you go when you walk into somebody and they've got one shop but they're doing really well? Obviously, they probably need to be doing really well at their one shop that goes, you really need to franchise this. What is that recipe?
Well, we start by looking at whether or not they're franchisable, right? So there's the basic formula for being a franchisable business is they have to have something that's going to be saleable. So we want a business that people are going to get excited about. So we're looking for, do they have a strong social media following? Do they have something that's unique? Do they have something that um, people are asking them to buy franchises? Do they have something that um, that for some reason or another we believe is going to sell in the marketplace? The second thing we look for is it something that can be replicated? So sometimes a business might be doing great, but it might take, if it's a food service concept and it's run by somebody who happens to be a French chef, maybe that's not going to be something that is easily replicated. We want something that can be duplicated and is systemized and has operations manuals and training programs in place, or we can develop those operations manuals and training programs for them, but it has to be a business that can be replicated. And then third, we're looking for return on investment. So ultimately, for a business to be successful as a franchise, it has to be something that will be profitable both for the franchisee and for the franchisor. And so we look at it like you'd look at any other kind of investment. If I'm a franchisee, I've got my options. I could go out and put my money in the stock market and go out and get a job, or I could invest in a business and make a return on that business and make a salary working in that business. So I want to make sure that I'm getting a return on my investment. Plus, I want to be able to get a decent salary if I'm an owner operator after paying a royalty. And so we go through a financial modeling exercise to look at return on investment for the franchisees to see if the franchisee will be profitable after we take out that royalty. And that's essentially what we're looking for as a franchisable business. And that's the first piece. And then the second piece is, does a company need to franchise in order to achieve the goals of the entrepreneurial founder or owners? Because not just because a business can be franchised doesn't mean that it should be. If your goals are here and your current reality is here, maybe just grow through company owned growth and you'll be fine. But if your goals are here and this is where you're at right now, and maybe you don't have the wherewithal, the means to grow without using other people's money, maybe it needs a franchise in order to take that step. And that's where, using franchising and using that leverage of, other people's money will come in and help people to grow.
How much does it usually cost for legal and everything? I know it's probably varies from state to state and vertical industry to vertical industry, but like a ballpark, how much does it usually cost? You've said yes, this is a franchisable business, let's do it. How much does it usually cost to do that?
Well, it depends. What it really depends on is how aggressively you want to grow, because the cost, you're going to have a legal cost. Uh, and we don't do the legal, but I'd refer people to the lawyers. Um, and there's about 200 lawyers only in the US that really specialize in this. There's a cost of developing the strategy and the manuals and things of that nature. And then there's a cost of marketing. And the marketing can be the big cost in terms of how aggressively you're looking to grow. So depending on how aggressively you're looking to grow, you could get into franchising for $50,000 if you're looking to be pretty conservative from the standpoint of just legal and operations manuals. But if you wanted to be fairly aggressive with your growth, it could be $100,000, $200,000 or more. So it's not a one size fits all. It really
Sure.
depends on how aggressively you're looking to grow.
Yeah, cool. You got anything?
Yeah, I was wondering. I've From some of the people I've talked to in the franchise world as well, it seems like a kind of a typical product or solution that some of those people employ is when you find someone that has a really good product or that one specific thing that kind of makes their business theirs, the barbecue sauce at your favorite barbecue place local to you, they tend to have relationships to help people get that into retail space as well, like create the own branding for their specific sauce and find how to get into a Whole Foods or a Kroger or a Publix or whatever. Do you help people with that process as well, where maybe their business isn't necessarily set up to be franchisable due to lack of processes, or like you said, that specified person that kind of makes the whole ship sail? But do you take their, that signature product and help them find places to replicate that in the retail space?
Well, we don't really do a lot of product placement work, but we have had companies that come to us because they're trying to build that brand recognition. So, for example, when we worked with Haagen-Dazs, when they put together their franchise program, they were really looking to get brand recognition for their retail channel more so than and get ice cream into the mouths of consumers more so than they were looking to make a lot of money in the franchise program. You see the same kind of thing with some of the coffee purveyors that are out there, that have done franchise programs. You've seen the same thing with others that where their goal has been to try to use franchising as a means of generating additional revenue. But many of our clients do have a proprietary product that they will sell to their franchisees. And so, for example, one of our clients is a company called Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Oh yeah,
And
We know them.
they
they
recently
got a lot of our money.
they recently sold to Work Capital, which is a private equity firm, and they sold for a very big number. And one of the reasons why they sold for the number that they sold for was because they supply the dough from their own factories to their franchisees. And that's a very big profit center for them in addition to the royalties. So many franchisors will find that product sales to their captive channel distribution is another source of revenue for them.
Yeah.
Makes a
Yeah,
lot of
for
sense.
sure. Yeah, there was a guy up here we talked to a long time ago. He owned a carpet cleaning company. He had this special carpet cleaning chemical that he mixed up, and he ended up selling the franchise, but still distributing the chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept.
Same concept. We work with a company called ChemDry
I know Chemdry too.
Yep.
yeah, that's done that, and they were very successful with that. And they ended up, acquiring some additional franchises, and now they're a multi-concept franchisor.
How would tell our audience, like, how would they find you a client?
Well, some of your audience might be a client if they've got a successful business and they want to expand, and they're looking to expand more aggressively. Then they might be a client. They could just go to iFranchiseGroup.com and they can fill out a form. We'll send them a free copy of my book, which is How to Franchise a Business, and they could read through that and figure out whether they've got a business that is in fact franchisable and if franchising is the right alternative for them. Or if they know somebody who has something that is a business that might be franchised, we'd love to hear from them on something like that. That there are,
Is there just like an introductory phone call? How does that go?
Yeah, if they want to call us, they can call us. They can call us. They can send us an email. Whatever way that they want to communicate with us is fine. All the information's on our website, which is the iFranchiseGroup.com website. And typically, what we do is we will try to figure out if it's their business. We'll try and figure out whether or not their business model is in fact franchisable. And we do all the initial feasibility stuff. We do that at no charge. And then if there's any sort of advanced feasibility work or if there's strategy work for that, we provide them a quote once we've done that. But the initial work we do for them is without any charge.
Cool. What do you got?
No,
We appreciate it. This has been awesome. Most of the franchise people that we talk to are brokers that help people find franchises. So we don't get a lot of. I think we've only talked to a couple people that do what you do. Probably haven't done it as long as you, obviously.
Yeah,
but
usually they're very specific.
Yeah, and they're specifically driven. But usually it's the brokers trying to find that, not people going, "Hey, your business is awesome and you need to franchise it." That's very specific. I love it. Well, we appreciate your time. I know you had said your website. Do you have an email address you want to put out there?
They can just write to email or to info at iFranchiseGroup.com, and that will get through to the people who would send them out the information that they would need.
Cool. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming on Burn the Ship, and everybody be kind to each other out there.